Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the quick overview for Egypt in Total War Rome 2. Now, this faction is one of the successor kingdoms, so they get some of the bonuses for plus 10% morale for all units fighting Hellenistic factions, and minus 20% resistance to foreign occupation. They're also the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. Again, it's important to remember that this is the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, and not just what we consider normal Egypt. They get plus 1 naval prowess, experience rank for Egyptian ship recruits. They get plus 10% research rate and plus 25% public order penalty due to the presence of foreign cultures, because they have that Greek Hellenistic culture mixed with the Egyptian culture. You'll actually find out in history that they actually meshed a lot of Greek gods with Egyptian gods to try to meld them together after Alexander's fall. Now, let's go ahead and look at geographically where they're at. So you'll see that they own 5 settlements. I believe it's 6 settlements here. They have 2 right here that had just recently been their client states, and they break themselves off. So you are currently at war with them. And it's also important to remember that these guys right here, they are the Seleucid Empire. Now, they go all the way back in here. They are very strong. Most of them are client states of the Seleucid Empire, but for their actual empire itself, the ones that are controlled, I believe, are these 4 or somewhere around in here. They have their strength really does lie in here. So trying to be careful with meddling with them and their neighbors. You have 2 other client states. You have in southern Turkey, and then you have another one in Cyprus. Now, with that all said, let's go ahead and look at their military. Now, what's kind of cool about them, it's kind of cool about Pontus, is that they have that kind of mix of Eastern and Hellenistic factions. But the thing is they're very specific in Eastern because of the fact that they are Egyptian. So you'll see that they don't maybe favor like horse cavalry, they'll favor camel cavalry. And so there is a difference to it. So you'll see that they're able to recruit pretty extensive amount of guys. I mean, probably the largest so far I've seen with all these different factions. They get Egyptian pikemen, which has the pike wall. Again, that's the long wall of pikes. They get axemen, swordsmen, and that difference is going to be crucial because there is a rock, paper, scissors kind of status in this game. They get normal spearmen, javelin, and slingers, and then of course they get their light cavalry. So again, this is very well-rounded roster considering the fact of this is just them starting out. Most factions start out with being able to recruit 2, maybe 3 guys. So let's go and look at the objectives here. They need to completely control 3 provinces. That you want to build a school. They want you to go to war with the Seleucids, and they want you to subjugate an entire faction, a specific faction. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I'm just going to butcher it for you guys. But the ultimate victories here, your military victory, 120 settlements, 120 units, 60 of them naval units. So they are definitely a naval power, much like Carthage. Their economic victory is going to be obviously just kind of like your typical one. It's kind of nice because you don't have to worry about having a total of 500,000 gold, 20 technologies, and 70 units in total. And then your cultural victory. Now they have the Great Library, and this is the Library of Alexandria, which was burned down, and then construct the Ptolemaic Temple complex. Then they got, typical 30 technologies and 45 provinces. Nothing too crazy, but definitely those are probably the coolest buildings to build, culturally speaking. The Library of Alexandria housing a man like Hero. He was a great inventor. He actually was one of the first people that we know to have harnessed the power of steam. Yeah, it's this little steam ball that like rotated, and it was really cool. So, and they actually knew about pistons at the time, so there's always been this idea of what if they had combined their ideas of capturing steam power with their understanding of hydraulics and pistons at the time. We might have been able to have an industrial age literally, was it like 2,000, 3,000 years before we actually ended up having it, if not later. So I mean, that's kind of crazy to think about where we would be now if that had all happened. Alright, but that's going to go ahead and wrap up all the Egyptian overview for Total War Rome 2. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.